Hi, if you're like me, you know In the Heat of the Night 1988 is one of the best TV series of all time, so today I thought it would be fun if you put up a chair by the campfire and we're checking back into the rough and tough city of Sparta, Mississippi of then and now. I will tell you about the original names and ages of the actors and how they change in 2025. Okay, now let's get to it. Carl Weathers as Hampton Forbes. Born January 14, 1948. Hampton Forbes arrived on In the Heat of the Night in Season 7 as the replacement for Howard Rollins. Forbes was hired by the Sparta City Council after the controversial demotion of Chief Gillespie, making Forbes the first black chief of the department, a retired police chief from Memphis, Tennessee. Forbes immediately becomes friends with Gillespie, ensuring both detectives work on protecting the town. Age filming, 40 years old. In film, he played Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise, Colonel L. Dillon in Predator, Chubbs in Happy Gilmore, and voiced Combat Carl in Toy Story 4. Actor, NFL linebacker, and director, Carl Weathers had a long and successful career before he passed away on February 2, 2024, at the age of 76 from atherosclerosis. Carroll O'Connor as William Gillespie. Yay, what, the to-the-point, no-nonsense answer by the chief whenever he got a phone call. He was an honorable and decent man during a time when some of his law enforcement pals were not. And the legendary Carroll O'Connor didn't just play this role. He was an executive producer and a writer for many episodes. But Carroll is perhaps better known as Archie Bunker, the lovable bigot, but the always interesting star of the classic sitcom All in the Family. Born August 2, 1924. Age filming, 64. Carroll O'Connor, who passed in June 21, 2001, at the age of 76 from a heart attack, was a prolific television actor. O'Connor won 4 Emmy Awards for his work as the Bunker Patriarch. He also won an Emmy for his portrayal of Bill Gillespie. For those performances, he also earned 5 Golden Globe nominations each, winning once for All in the Family. O'Connor's other notable roles included performances in movies like Kelly's Heroes as General Holt and Point Blank as Brewster. Howard Rollins as Virgil Tibbs. Born October 17, 1950. Virgil Tibbs is the star of In the Heat of the Night, and returns from Philadelphia to be a captain in the Sparta police force. Tibbs is a bit snobbish when it comes to Sparta, often criticizing the police department for its lack of technical savvy and modern thinking. Despite this, he is an expert investigator and a great friend of the town. Due to Rollins' legal troubles, Tibbs was written off the show, said to have left Sparta to practice law. Age filming, 38 years old. During the show's run, Rollins struggled with addiction to drugs and alcohol, finding himself arrested 4 times for possession, and spending 1 month in jail for driving under the influence. Due to his ongoing personal and legal issues, he was dismissed from the series at the end of Season 6. But after attending rehab and attaining sobriety, he did return for guest appearances. In 1996, Rollins died at just 46 years old from complications of HIV. He had been diagnosed just 6 weeks prior. Burgess Meredith as Judge Cully. Born November 16, 1907. Age filming, 81 years old. Burgess Meredith appeared in 3 episodes of In the Heat of the Night as Judge Cully. Meredith is best known for playing one of the earliest live-action Batman villains, the Penguin, but he was also twice nominated for Best Supporting Actor Oscars for his performances in Rocky as Mickey and The Day of the Locust as Harry Greener. Meredith passed away on September 9, 1997, at the age of 89 due to complications with Alzheimer's disease. Hugh O'Connor as Lonnie Jameson. Born April 7, 1962. Lieutenant Lonnie Jameson was as sharp and straightforward as they come, and by the end of the show, his character had grown from a supporting patrolman to a starring lieutenant and acting chief of detectives. Hugh O'Connor, the adopted son of Carroll O'Connor, had a troubled life which led to him only having 2 roles in his career. The first came in the 1984 TV movie Brass, where he plays James Flynn, and the other was his starring performance in the Heat of the Night. Age filming, 26 years old. At the age of 16, Hugh was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease but conquered it with the help of chemotherapy. It was around this time that Hugh became addicted to drugs. 6 months before Hugh's death, his wife told Carroll that a man named Harry Thomas Perzigian had been furnishing Hugh with drugs. Sadly, he was only arrested after Hugh had committed suicide. On March 28, 1995, the third anniversary of his marriage, Hugh called his dad to tell him he was going to end his life. Saying he could not beat his drug addiction, Carol called the police, who arrived at Hugh's home just as he shot himself. Hugh died March 28, 1995 at 32 years old. Lois Nettleton as Joanna St. John. Born August 16, 1927. Joanna St. John was a recurring character in Season 2 of In the Heat of the Night. She was the owner of the Magnolia Cafe and a brief love interest for Chief Gillespie. At the end of Season 2, it's revealed that Joanna was formerly a sex worker, causing Gillespie to break up with her and for Joanna to leave town out of shame. Age filming, 61 years old. Lois Nettleton passed away on January 18, 2008, at the age of 80 from a brain tumor. She was hard at work acting right up until that point. Nettleton won 2 Emmys, one for her performance as Susan B. Anthony in the television film The American Woman, Profiles in Courage, and another for playing Mandy in an episode of Insight. Crystal R. Fox as LuAnn Corbin. Born January 1, 1964. Age filming, 24 years old. LuAnn Corbin is a police officer, a brave girl who wants to fight for her rights and the rights of African Americans. For her, duty and honor comes first. She is smart and willful, but always ready to defend the truth and fight for justice. Played by Crystal Fox, now she is 61. Dennis Lipscomb as Jim Finley. Born March 1, 1942. Age filming, 46 years old. Dennis Lipscomb, who died on July 30, 2014, at the age of 72, played Jim Finley in a handful of episodes. Jim is the mayor of Sparta. Lipscomb appeared in TV shows like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman as President Ulysses S. Grant, and Cop Rock as Sidney Whites. His film roles include Raymond Hammer in Automatic and Trenton in Under Siege. Dan Biggers as Dr. Frank Robb. Born January 18, 1931. Age filming, 57 years old. Dr. Frank Robb is the county coroner in Sparta and so frequently appears in later seasons when bodies are being investigated. Robb is played by Dan Biggers, who passed away on December 5, 2011, at age 80. Biggers' TV credits include Senator Harling in Savannah and Judge Burns in All Fly Away. His film performances include playing Uncle Roy in Elizabethtown and Harry Cram in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Anne Marie Johnson as Althea Tibbs. Born July 18, 1960. Althea Tibbs is Virgil's wife and is also a teacher and counselor. Anne Marie graduated from UCLA with a degree in theater and began acting in 1973. But didn't really start gaining notice until 1984 with her role as Lynn Williams on Hill Street Blues. Most people remember her as Nadine on every episode of the spin-off. Age filming, 28 years old. In 1997 she was in 18 episodes of the wildly popular CBS show JAG. In 2022 she appeared in episodes of So Help Me Todd and Raven's Home. Today she's 65 years old and has been married to actor Martin Gray since 1996. David Hart as Parker Williams. Born February 6, 1954. Officer Parker Williams is a good old boy, a sensitive guy who cares very deeply for the people of Sparta. David Hart started acting in the early 80s. His real first recurring gig was in the Heat of the Night cast. And he never again matched that level of success. The last time we saw him was in the 2011 Western Forgiven, written and directed by Alan Autry, aka Bubba. Age filming, 34 years old. Today, he is 71 years old today and resides in Arlington, TX with his wife who is a senior minister there. David's daughter from a previous marriage, Mamrie Hart, is an actress and comedian whose YouTube channel has over 1.1 million subscribers. Jeffrey Thorne as Wilson Sweet. Born January 20, 1970. Officer Wilson Sweet was the cocky fresh meat right out of the police academy and one of the first black men to join the police force. Jeffrey Thorne got his start in 1987, securing his knack for playing officers with a one-off on Hill Street Blues. In the Heat of the Night was certainly his most notable role. But he worked solidly until 2000, his last gig being 2 episodes on the show Bull. Age filming, 18 years old. He decided at that time to retire from in front of the camera and pick up a pen. As a screenwriter, Thorne was a writer for Season 9 of Law and Order, Criminal Intent. Today he's 55 and is the co-executive producer of Power, Book 2, Ghost. the first spin-off of the popular Starz show, Power. Alan Autry as Bubba Skinner. Born July 31, 1952, Captain Bubba Skinner, while a bit intimidating, is a good man. He was sort of the protege of O'Connor's character, which made the insertion of Tibbs a little hard for him to swallow. He was a tough guy with a heart of gold. It's tough to forget how he often called racists and bigots, knotheads. Age filming, 36 years old. We last saw him in the 2017 MMA action flick, Victory by Submission. Autry is also a born-again Christian, devoting much of his time to charitable causes. In 2000 he entered the world of politics and served 2 four-year terms as mayor of Fresno until 2009. Today he's 72 and is also the CEO of the Autry Entertainment Group.